Well, hello, my friend. Today, it's just me, and we're talking about personal health and how embracing who you are today can help you become all you're supposed to be tomorrow. Stay tuned. What's up, my friend? It is so good to see you today. I'm Sam, and I'm running solo today. I know, you're not used to this, right? You know, on the rare occasion, I just show up and talk about what's on my mind. And on my mind today is body positivity and learning how to embrace who you are today so that you can become all you're meant to be tomorrow. And this is especially in regards of personal health. I am a 40-year-old mom of 4 kids. I'm a person, overall that, has goals in life and has the need and the desire to be my best self. And over the course of the years, this has come in so many forms for me. I am a retired trainer. I got my start in business through owning a gym and being a personal trainer. It's been an interesting journey. And even if you're not a fitness professional or a gym owner, the whole, negativity that can be wrapped up in achieving personal health goals are very overwhelming sometimes. So I've gotten to a place in my later years that I honestly wish that I would have gotten to in my younger years. And honestly, I don't think people have to wait to achieve the mindset that I have today to free themselves up to becoming strong and fit and healthy. And to also realize this can look like how you want it to look. But I think a lot of people get stuck. I think a lot of people are stuck on 2 different sides of the paradigm. A lot of people today are sometimes hearing, you're perfect just the way you are and nothing needs to change, but inside feel an internal conflict with, yeah, but it hurts to go up those stairs, but I can't chase after my kids without getting winded. When I want to dress up and look cute, it's a battle, no matter what. I have a hard time feeling good about myself. And I don't think that if we get stuck in that place that we'll ever have progress. So I do believe that we have to learn how to not degrade ourselves constantly, because then we can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. When we constantly feel like we're failing, we constantly feel like we're striving for something that we cannot be, right? And so what happens to an individual when we set goals, especially within personal health, that we feel like we can never attain? We give up, or we just come to the conclusion that that is not how we're meant to be. I'm not meant to be lean. I'm not meant to be strong. I'm not meant to run. I'm not meant to do Pilates or yoga. And then we start to put ourselves in a little box. And I want you to picture yourself right now with this huge cardboard box. And I want you to picture yourself stepping into it, crouching down into it, and just slowly closing the sides. And imagining that for the rest of your life, you are confined to that one shape, that one way of thinking, that one way of being. I had to challenge that for myself, because at a certain point in my health and fitness, all I ever strived for was how thin I could get, how fast I could be. I was never really working towards personal health goals to be just who I wanted to be, to think about all the other great things that would come from it. And at a certain point, I actually started giving up on them because I was struggling to attain them. I stepped into that box and I started closing up all the sides. And I started to kind of kiss all my health and fitness goals goodbye. Because at a certain point, it was almost easier to just say, it's not possible. But when we really kind of think about it, and start to step outside this box again, what are you? What are you? You're a human being. You're a human, you have muscles, you have lungs, you have a heart, you have the ability, you've been blessed with the ability to move your body. You've been blessed with the ability to gain fat when necessary, to protect your body, to lose fat. You have the ability to build muscle hypertrophy. It's scientific, and it's not something that's just given to just random people. It's given to us all. And so, as I evolved in my personal health over the years, as I became a mom again and again and again, I had to really challenge myself on why I set certain health goals that I set. Why was the first goal always weight instead of wanting to work on my endurance, wanting to work on my strength, wanting to work on the quality of the nutrition that I was putting into my body? I started looking at it through a different lens. So something I want you to do today is I want you to start looking at your personal health through a different lens, because what you prioritize, you become. And it's really, really difficult to prioritize just a number on the scale when you don't know what it's actually going to get you. But you know what's easy to prioritize? Better energy, lower anxiety, lower depression, the ability to have the energy to play and desire to play with your kids or your grandkids. Setting personal goals that just feel good. You know what? I set a goal for myself over the past year to run a half marathon a month for no other reason to say that I was stretching my mind and body to do something I knew that it was capable of doing. But when I set that goal a year ago, I had never done it. It was something I had to become. And instead of deflating myself in the process and being like, well, this is going to hurt. You're not going to enjoy doing this. You've done half marathons, but only sparsely. Instead, I became excited about the mental fortitude, the physical fitness that would come in the process of that achievement. And now, having soon to complete my 12th half marathon in a month for consecutive months, what I can tell you is I'm so proud of the person I've become in that goal. Sure, during the process, my body composition has gotten better. Sure, I've gotten faster at different mileages, but that wasn't my overall goal. My overall goal was just to become stronger physically, mentally, and spiritually through the process, and to taste what it feels like to be a congruent person that sets a goal and goes for it. And the process of that brings you to the next steps in your health. And it's so remarkable to know that we don't have to, on both sides of the spectrum, on the side that's telling you don't change anything about you, you don't need to lose any weight because it's actually not possible. They're literally telling us this. There's literally people saying that like you will be unsuccessful if you try to lose weight and get healthier. Most people are, so don't even try. Instead, just work on your mindset and just love yourself. Well, yes, work on your mindset and love yourself, but also keep focus on improving yourself. And if we stay focused on improving ourselves, then that means that we have to be honest about the things that we are doing to ourselves that aren't actually healthy. And then there's the other side that does benefit from just trying to sell to us the shame tactics of being overweight. And that doesn't help anyone either, because it's this cycle of I'm ashamed, so I should lose some weight. You release that tension, then you go back to old ways because they don't actually teach you how to be a healthy person. And then they've got you in this cyclical pattern. Either you stay with it or you give up and you go to the other camp because you're like, this stuff don't work. But what does work is simply deciding that you're focused on personal growth. You're focused on becoming your best self. And when you're focused on becoming your best self, you have to get healthy. You have to decide to fuel your body in the right way. You have to decide that you are built with the potential to be strong, to have endurance. And then you have to entertain that other good things will come from it. I wouldn't label myself a morning person, but if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you would probably think I'm a morning person because Monday through Friday, Saturday, I get up at 5 a.m. Saturday, sometimes 5:30, unless I'm doing a long run. You would probably think I'm a morning person, but I am actually not a morning person. I would categorize myself a night owl. And honestly, now I would not put myself in either category because I don't believe any of us should label ourselves like that. In fact, it's the labels that keep us from moving forward in life. These labels are not who you are. They're habits that have been given to you or you have learned from others and that you just didn't challenge. So you might think I'm a morning person, but that is a habit that I cultivated over the past couple years with lots of missteps, lots of failing, through having lots of babies. When I started working on this, I was just about to have my third. I have 4 now. And I came to the realization that when I was pregnant with my 4th, that if I didn't make this happen now, that I might never make that goal happen. I also was very adamant about becoming a morning person because I was having my 4th and I had realized every single time I had a baby, how frantic I was, how overwhelmed I was in the mornings, how I constantly felt like I was just waking up and rolling into a mess. And I just decided I just didn't want to feel that way. So while I was pregnant, I created the structure. And do you know that structure led from one goal to the next? By creating structure in our lives to embrace that you can become your healthiest self in the process, it opens you up to other things that we need to realize can potentially change in our lives for the better. By creating that healthy morning routine, I did reduce anxiety in my mornings. I was a more calm mom. And it created this window that allowed me to add other healthy habits. I started running again in the mornings. Well, I never ran in the mornings. To be honest, I was a runner before, but I was always frantic. Anytime I signed up for a race, I was frantic about fitting in my training runs, which I never actually did very well because I didn't actually have the time block to do it. And I was always either stealing from something else and stealing time from my kids, dinner time, sleep, and just constantly trying to figure out how to fit these things in. By creating this dedicated time in the morning, I was able to infuse activity. I was able to infuse personal development. And it was that time block that actually built upon who I was becoming. My fitness goals now are informed by the person that I want to be 10, 20, 30, and 40 years from now. And that's when I ask you, are your fitness and health goals, are they informed by the person that you're going to be 40 years from now? Or are they just informed by the person that you were yesterday that was frustrated with what you saw on the scale, that didn't like the experience of trying to get dressed for an occasion and not feeling great about yourself? Or by maybe even a rude or mean comment from another person? Because if your health and fitness goals are being formed by those experiences, they will be short-lived. But if you are setting health and fitness goals based off of who you want to become, that process feels so good. You're not coming from a place of what you're not. You're coming from a place of what you want to become. And let me give you some strategies, okay? I hear a lot of people all the time say, I'm not a runner. Okay, well, today you're not a runner. I hear a lot of people say, I don't enjoy lifting weights. Well, guess what? No novice does. You can't set goals based off of who you are today either, okay? Because that won't work. You're always going to think of from a place of lack versus, again, of who you're becoming. So on a piece of paper, I want you to write down health goals that you have for yourself based off of who you want to be 40 years from now. Write down a little paragraph. Write down what that looks like. Like, I'm 40, I will be 80. And this is legit. I have role models of 80-year-old women that are super fit. Miss Joan Wallace, like, seriously, this is something I do. And for you guys, I want you to look up people that you can strive to be like, that are setting a bar of something different in personal health. So I want you to write down what that looks like. What are you doing at that age? Are you climbing mountains? Are you horseback riding? Are you running? Just throw out what you think is possible at that age, because I want to tell you, there's so much more possible. Write what that looks like. And then I want you to write down, if you're going to become that person, what are the things you have to stop doing today? Okay, bullet it out. Maybe you have to stop putting tons of sugar in your coffee. Maybe you have to start drinking more water than you do coffee. Maybe you need to start putting more vegetables and fruits into your life and higher quality proteins. Maybe you have to stop being so negative and down on yourself, and you need to practice appreciating who you are. Then I want you to write down what you need to start. Maybe you need to start drinking the water. You need to get a fitness plan. You need to get a nutrition plan. Write these things down, and I want you to put a little box next to it, because now you have a checklist. The things, if you want to become something a week from now, a month from now, years from now, it starts today. And you will be surprised a little bit that the things that you're going to do today, they would have achieved the same result if you only cared about weight loss. But having the focus, a different focus, you'll stick with it longer. It's going to feel better, and you're going to look freaking amazing and feel freaking amazing, but you're going to feel even better about it. Because it's not just about a number on a scale. It's not just about seeking the approval of others. It's because you embraced that you are amazing and you are capable and you were built to do amazing things, and you were built to feel like an athlete and have abundant energy. These bodies that we're gifted with are really amazing, okay? And you have the opportunity starting today to decide what that looks like for you. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you have any questions, if you have feedback, remember you can ask questions on YouTube or Instagram. I love having these conversations with you. And remember, I'm here because I believe that you deserve to live the life you desire. So go out and create your new American dream today.